Hey, YouTube fam! Welcome back to Peak and Glint Sagas, your go-to for real-life drama and emotions today. Buckle up for not one but three captivating. Subscribe, grab your snacks, and let's dive into the complexities of relationships. First, a tale of a long-term marriage takes an unexpected turn when a third person enters the picture. Discover the challenges of seeking favoritism and maintaining balance. Then we're jumping into a family clash over privacy and good intentions. Join the debate on parenting, boundaries, and the consequences of well-meaning actions. Lastly, a cultural dilemma unfolds as tradition clashes with personal choices, leading to a mysterious family event. Get ready for suspense, drama, and unexpected twists. Don't forget to hit like if you're ready for the ride, and let's unravel these stories together. Story 1.
I'm 34 and my husband 35. We have been together for 14 years. We have a 7 and 3-year-old together. 3 years ago, husband got, well, I don't want to say bored, but I'm not sure what else to call it. So after a while, mostly begging on his part, I accepted to introduce a third into our marriage. We can call her Harper, 25. Husband knew Harper before everything. She's his sister's friend and it's been 3 years. I love Harper. She's like crazy sweet. The children love her. We do girl trips, split everything 50-50. It's go shopping. But husband most definitely prefers Harper. He pushes her to do exercise, to diet, to dress pretty. But she's also the first one he'll text if he gets good or bad news. She's the first one he'll greet when he gets home. They go on dates once a week. Husband said it's because Harper insisted and I didn't. I confronted husband and he said he just feels there's more intimacy and like she's his best friend. I pointed out I'm the mother of his children. He used to say I was his best friend. He said he loves both of us, but feels this warmth when he thinks of Harper. Harper doesn't leave me out of anything. She's always going out of her way to include me, to spoil the children and make sure everything is equal. I don't know what to do because I love Harper. I just want my husband to need me like he used to. I want to be my husband's favorite.
Story 2.
I have an 18-year-old son and a 16-year-old stepdaughter. They are civil with each other but have their own lives. It is just how our family is, especially since my husband and I got married when my son was 14 and his daughter was 12. I'm not too strict with my son. I don't know what he does with his friends and I'm not too involved in his personal relationships. We are still just as close as any other mother and child. Anyways, a couple days ago my stepdaughter sent me a series of photos of my son. I believe he may have posted them on his private social media accounts, and it was images of him at parties, smoking, drinking, and doing things with both genders. I immediately told my stepdaughter that what she did was unnecessary and inappropriate. She replied with sorry, just thought you should know. I told her that unless he's in danger or hurting himself or other people, I'd rather not know what my 18-year-old son does in his free time. Now, I did not want them to fight, so I didn't say anything, especially since my stepdaughter apologized once again. But yesterday I was with my husband and he was showing me a video on his phone when his daughter started sending him a bunch of messages. He opened them in front of me and it was the same exact pictures of my son that she sent me days before. But this time she said, "So I sent these to stepmom, but she thinks this is okay behavior. Do you agree?" My husband didn't really know how to react and told her that it really wasn't any of their business what he does, and she just sent a bunch of viral emojis. My son came home a while later and I decided to tell him that his stepsister was sending us pictures of him. He seemed confused and asked to see, so I showed him the messages. He was extremely embarrassed and upset and went to his room. I then heard him on the phone yelling at someone. My stepdaughter came home an hour later and started yelling at me for snitching on her. I told her that she was invading his privacy and he has the right to know. I gave her the benefit of the doubt the first time, but then she sent the pictures to her father. She said that I just ruined half of her friendships and my son and a lot of his friends blocked her on social media. She says that she had good intentions and wanted me to know what he was up to just in case, but I just had to assume the worst, My husband agrees that my son should know, but he thinks we could have just given him a vague idea instead of showing the pictures and actually telling him. Him posting those pictures on social media was just my assumption. Some look very clearly posted by him on his private social media accounts, but some were blurry enough for me to question it. My son is too embarrassed to even look at me right now, so I cannot confirm. I'm trying and have reassured him, but he's locked himself in his room, so I'm giving him some time before trying again. Also, I clearly state that I have no interest in his personal relationships. I know he doesn't hang out with weird or dangerous people, and that is all I need to know. I did not say that I have no interest in his life at all. That is an extremely unfair assumption.
Story 3.
My parents are very traditional, and I am more of the white sheep of the family. I don't really look like a lot of my family and have always gone against the grain. Starting when I was a teen, I knew what path I wanted to take for my future. It was not what my parents wanted, so they fought back. But we ended up with an agreement that I thought wouldn't matter. And that was if I wasn't married in 10 years after I started college, they would arrange a marriage. I figured they were joking, and there was a thought that there is no way I'll be single in 10 years. I have had some flings, but nothing serious. Up to this point, I have been driven to get to where I am now. In my dream career, I am stable, self-sufficient, with no debt, and becoming successful. There has been no talk about it throughout the years, and I thought it was forgotten. Until my older sister said she was coming back this week for an event. She lives several states over. I don't get to see her as much anymore. We are close and talk a bunch, but all has been normal with nothing being said or hinted to at this point. I went to pick her up from the airport and noticed she had 3 fancy dresses. One was a very traditional dress used for engagements, weddings, image or other similar events. The other 2 were really formal dresses. When I questioned it, they said don't worry about it, then later said it was for an agreement. She used the word agreement. I dropped her off at our parents' house and they wouldn't let me in the house. But there were a bunch of cars and I saw decorations in the house. They kicked me out and said they would talk to me later. This was 2 days ago. Now, they invited me to dinner for Thursday and told me to dress like I was receiving a reward for all my hard work. It is driving me crazy that I'm basically being blocked out and I'm nervous about what Thursday holds. The only agreement I can think about is the arranged marriage. I asked my sister again if that was what it is about, and she said not to worry too much about it, but then added that our parents do notice things and wouldn't leave me with a stranger. These are all odd comments that are making me paranoid. I don't know if my sister is slipping information or is just pushing my buttons and making go crazy. Am I just crazy? Those who have been in arranged marriages, what was it like? How did it come up? I feel like this is not normal. If this is what it is, should I not go? Skip town? I have driven by their house, and there is still a bunch of cars and activity. But every time I get close, my mom calls me out and says to come back Thursday. My sister is sent to basically act as a bodyguard. I am reading your replies, but when I try to post a comment, it says Reddit is having issues. Please try again later. Answering some comments. Nope, not fake. Believe it or not, it is my life. I'm a man. This is heavily cultural based as well. If I don't show up and it is an engagement, then there would be major backlash. For me, my parents and family, I would hold it past some of the elders to blame health issues on me because of it. I could be shunned and outcast because of it, depending on how much effort and time were put into it. I can't lie and tell them about a girlfriend because my sister knows I'm not seeing anyone. We talked about it earlier. I don't know how to feel.
As the curtain falls on these tales, feel free to share your own stories in the comments, creating a tapestry of narratives that connect us all until our next storytelling session. Keep the magic alive.